Hello, everybody. Today we're doing What If Deku and Eri Were Siblings in Demon Slayer Part 3. We continue the series off right when the three of them, Nezuko, Izuku, and Tanjiro, just got to final selection. So at this time, the three of them stick together because they didn't want anyone getting hurt, you know? We can't afford Nezuko dying, is the real reason. Anyway, they all stick together when the occasional demon comes by. They all team up on him and usually pincer maneuver them. Like squish from all angles. So, yeah, they just have to survive a week after all. So, as everyone is, surviving, close to the final day, they notice there's not many people they've been seeing at all lately. And on the 7th day, when they're finally kind of being relieved, they hear this extremely foul stench coming from only a couple meters away, as Tanjiro and everyone else creep behind a bush as they see the hand demon searching for them. It's saying, "I know there was one of Urodaki's kids this year. Where are you? Or you just another weakling. There's more than one. I know you're hiding." As Tanjiro immediately jumps out and tries to use his water breathing techniques, as the hand demon spots the mask on his head and says, "You're the Urodaki student," as tons of hands from the demon start trying to grab at Tanjiro. But that's when Izuku comes from the back and cuts off a good amount of the arms. And right as he is about to hit the head, his slash bounces off and Izuku falls onto the ground. As the hand villain says, "Do you really think it would be that easy to defeat me? Some simple bait? It's much harder, child." As a couple of hands try and pin Izuku to the ground, but Izuku cuts off 3 that were incoming, and Nezuko then pops out, and it turns out the 3 of them all were Urodaki students, as the hand villain gets extremely happy, because he liked taking the Urodaki kids down, because it was like his thing. So, sorry guys. So Izuku and Tanjiro both try and use a water breathing technique as they cut down from 2 sides all the arms coming at them. As the 2 slashes are about to converse at the hand demon's head, he blocks them and holds them in place by their feet. As they try and cut off the arms, their swords drop to the ground as the hand demon says, "Lunch." As Nezuko screams, "I won't let you," as she jumps up to head level with the villain and uses a water breathing technique, form 4 we'll say, and cuts its head off. As Tanjiro had just smelled the breath, he was quite disgusted, as he says, "That was scary." As Nezuko says, "You guys had me so worried there. You got the both of you, even Izuku." As Izuku said, "Yeah, I wasn't quick enough." As he thinks to himself at that moment, "I wonder what everyone else is doing." And back at My Hero, All Might is freaking. He's had people going for months with a search party, but no one can find Izuku Midoriya. He thinks maybe All For One got to him, but All For One is getting annoyed too, thinking maybe they lost One For All, or maybe he just went into the shadows. And All For One is suspicious of all new recruits now, especially green hair. And Eri, waiting at the base. Why'd I even add that? Okay. As the three of them continue walking, and while they get towards the exit, because the sun was about to come up, a demon runs into them as Izuku quickly slides under its legs and cuts its head off from there. As Tanjiro says, "Oh, I didn't see him. Good job, Izuku." As Izuku says, "Yes," as they arrive at the exit with two other people there. A very rude-looking boy with very sharp personality, as Nezuko would say, and a boy that was suddenly very fond of Nezuko. And as one boy, the rude-looking boy, starts rambling on wanting his sword, demanding it too, the siblings just say, like, no. And, that interaction basically goes the same, except there's two extra people there. Yeah. And they get their material, and that's that. And, yeah, they eventually do get their swords to come over. But Eri would, stay with Urodaki for a little to continue her training, to slowly build her up, because she had a good amount of time till she could become a demon slayer. So, with their their sword color first, as the swordsman comes into the room, and they all grab their swords. Nezuko's being pink, Tanjiro's being black, and Izuku's being green, mint green. As I believe, like in the Demon Slayer verse, minty green means either love because of Mitsuri's colors, or insect for Shinobu. I don't know. So we'll assume insect. If I'm wrong, you can tell me. Yeah. So Izuku and everyone else start their mission. And first off, it's Tanjiro doing his same mission. And Izuku is actually supposed to keep an eye on this family who are apparently under surveillance by a demon. But while he's navigating through this... One sec, guys. Okay, continuing off. So, Izuku was supposed to watch over this family that was supposedly being surveillanced by a demon. So, as he's making his way over there, though, he runs into Tanjiro, and as they start talking, Tanjiro says, "Oh my, a demon! Come here, we need to go," as he holds Izuku's hand and takes him with him as they start running through the crowd, as Izuku bumps into a man, as the guy looks back and says, "Look back where you're going," as he then looks at Tanjiro, and the smell is extremely small, as Izuku puts his hand on his sword and says, "So you're the demon." As Muzan says, "No." As Tanjiro says, "Get ready," as suddenly Izuku blinked and he was gone. As Izuku's like, "What? Where?" He's fast. As Tanjiro, he looks back to Tanjiro and Tanjiro says, "Where'd he go? He was just there." As Izuku says, "He was fast." As Muzan on a rooftop says, "Too close. I won't have a do-over." And, they keep doing missions from there. They do what's it called? The same one where they met. They do the one with the drum demon. As the family they were watching just so happened to be that one. And as they go into the quote-unquote demon's house with another boy called Zenitsu Gatsuma, who had tried to get Nezuko to marry him, coincidentally. And also, when they got to the entrance, they ran into a guy running around called Inosuke. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot the last name of Inosuke. As Tanjiro says, "Hello," whereas Inosuke just zooms past them, chasing someone. And the mission basically goes the same. Izuku and Nezuko do eventually find him, but the entire building was flying around. And as Izuku and Nezuko, who had finally gone to the same room each other, zoomed into the room with Tanjiro and the demon, they all get prepared to fight as Tanjiro gets in his stance and just zooms past the two of them as they're like, "Tanjiro, wait," as he had already done a very quick strike, slicing the demon's head off with immense speed. As Izuku says, "What? Am I?" No. As Nezuko says, "Izuku, did you see what happened?" As Izuku said, "No. He was way too fast." Okay. As they kept doing... after that mission, I believe that's when Tanjiro ranks up, maybe. But the next mission is the spider mission. As they get in... it's basically the same thing, guys, actually. Except, I guess the lower 12th demon just goes down faster. And Inosuke still gets absolutely stomped by the father demon. And, we can't change anything about the Hashira thing. And they do, though, accept the fact that Nezuko fights demons as a demon. So they see it as a win for them. And I won't do the movie only for the fact that some people may not have seen it, even though it is out right now. So, yeah. That is where we will be stopping. What if Deku was a demon? No. What if Deku and Eri were siblings in Demon Slayer? Part 3. And the final one. So, yeah. This is Kito signing off. Goodbye.